Okay. Hello. So, had to end yesterday's stream a little early due to internet problems. The internet's been working. And then, of course, after that stream ended, the internet was working fine all throughout the rest of the night and all throughout today, so... But, hopefully it'll be working well throughout this stream. But, since I missed last Thursday's stream, and, yesterday's stream had to end a little early, I decided to go ahead and make today, more Bloodborne. Which, I mean, Mondays usually are Mondays I usually am playing Bloodborne, but... Mondays I usually am playing Bloodborne, but this is kind of a... This is kind of a special week, because I'm gonna try to do more streams this week than usual. Anyway, we're back at the Forest of Sneks. The Snorbrist. And... I kept dying... Well, I kept trying to make my way farther into the Snorbrist, but then I kept getting stuck by all the Snorbs and snakeheads. So... we're gonna see how far I can get this time. So, sorry about that. No, you're fine. Sleepless, to answer your question from earlier... To answer your question from earlier, Sleepless, I might watch that that new Resident Evil gameplay trailer on stream. I did see that was a Leon gameplay trailer, which interests me, but I really don't need to see I really don't need to see any more gameplay. I really don't need to see more gameplay in order to be like convinced. Yeah, I really don't need to be seeing any more gameplay of Resident Evil 9 to be convinced to buy it. Like, if I have money, I will absolutely buy that game and play it. But I am interested to see, like, what we'll see of the gameplay. Also, that account that just tried to get me to add them on Discord, that account was made like 12 minutes ago. So, definitely some sort of nefarious bot. Sleeps wasn't sure if it was a bot or not. You banned it while I was checking this time. So I checked it and I saw that it was created 12 minutes ago, so... Wait, what? Oh. Okay, that just took out the remainder of my life bar. Okay. Down to 359 lives then. Yeah, also, I immediately don't, but also, like, so yeah, that account was made like 12 minutes ago, but also, I immediately don't trust any account I immediately distrust any account that, like, goes into my stream and says, hey, can you add me on Discord? Can you add me and my friends on Discord? It's like, I don't even know. And there's no way... And I mean, there's no way someone's going to come into this stream, see me playing Bloodborne badly, and immediately think, now that's a guy whose Discord I want to join. Also, hey, Second Respawn, welcome in. So yeah, for this week's going to be a little bit different for the streams, because I'm going to try to do more streams than usual to make up... I'm going to try to do more streams than usual to make up for having to miss 2 streams last week. So, for those who aren't in the Discord or didn't see the schedule on Blue Sky, how it's going to work is, today's more Bloodborne, obviously. Decided to spend the last day of my 20s. Decided to spend the last day of my 20s playing a game that will help me really regret my choices in life. Then Then tomorrow's my 30th birthday, so I'm gonna do like a little bit of a longer stream. I'm gonna start at 2 p.m. instead of 4 p.m. And I'm gonna do like play some Marvel Rivals and some Street Fighter 6. And then I'm probably also gonna talk about, because tomorrow marks the end of that whole that personal challenge I had, where I was playing 30 games before I turned 30, or where I to play in between my 29th birthday and my 30th birthday to play 30 games. Tomorrow we'll close out that challenge, so I'm gonna basically talk about how that challenge all went. Because I did end up, exceeding the challenge. Then, no stream on Wednesday. That'll be, no stream on Wednesday. Then I'll be back on Thursday. Thursday will be another Bloodborne day. Like it usually. And then I'm gonna do an extra stream on Friday to, make some progress in Final Fantasy 2. And an extra stream on Saturday to return to RoboCop Rogue City. Second Respawn has got me some leftover ramen and a turkey and cheese and roast beef sandwich. Ooh, delicious. Can't go wrong with sandwich and ramen. Yeah, can't go wrong with sandwich and ramen. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We're at about... Even though yesterday's stream ended early, I lost a lot of lives going through the Snorbrist, so... I'm now down, Yeah, I lost about... I started off with, 375 lives at the beginning of yesterday's stream. Ended up getting down to 360, so yesterday was probably one of the most... Yesterday was one of the days where I lost some of the most lives. Then... Yeah. Then... I've already lost one life today, so that's... So I'm now down to 359 lives. Jeez, those things are fast. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, so that's the grab technique. Yeah, that's the grab technique. I'm dead. Second Respawn says, how's y'all's day? Really, up till this point, I spent most of the day applying for more jobs. I'm trying desperately to get, some sort of interview together by the end of January, but if I don't get that, well, even if I do get that, I need to, somehow get enough money together to pay the bills I have to pay, so, yeah. On that note, please consider donating to this emergency donathon, because, yeah, I could really use the money right now. But if you're not able to, I understand. And then also just a little reminder that subs, bits, and gift subs do count towards the this donathon. However, direct donations help out a lot more because I'll receive the money immediately instead of having to wait until halfway through February. But again, if you're not able to donate, thanks at least for watching. So, with me having lost 2 lives tonight, I've now lost a total of 200 lives in this playthrough. Also, Predhead, who's watching over on YouTube, welcome in. Yeah, but with these 2 lives I just lost tonight... Jeez, I'm down I've lost 200 lives. I have also learned my lesson. Ludwig's Holy Blade. Ludwig's Holy Blade is a fraud. I should have never tried to switch off of my beloved Blade of Mercy. I should have stuck with it. I should have never tried to break away from my principal strategy in this game, which is just panic stab everything. Panic stab everything really quick. Second Respawn says, my Twitch support budget ran out. I'll get you next month. I appreciate... Well, again, make sure to take care of yourself first and foremost, I will say. Sleep says, I did get my money from selling Star Wars stores, which covered my electric bill and bought me Code Vein 2. Oh, and Sleepless, I did apply for jobs at the IT support center like you mentioned. So, sent them my resume and might hope... Well, we'll just have to see if I hear back from them. Sleep says, here's hoping for you, bro. Thank you. Now, with that said, I might... Starting next week, when we go into February, I might change up the stream schedule a little bit. Like, I might move things down to, like, where I'm still streaming 4 days a week, but only 3 hours, or to where I'm streaming 3 days a week, but for 4 hours each. Either or. Now, again, if I do end up getting a job, that's going to change how I stream, like, that's going to change my streaming time drastically, but... Ow. This single enemy has caused me 3 deaths in the first 30 minutes of the stream. This single snakehead has decided they hate me. Hold on, sorry. I have to reply to someone to confirm that I made it. I have to reply to someone in Discord to confirm that I did make a World Ends With You reference. Oh, right, the birds. There we go. So, second response is, oh shit, really? Chewie was a great game. Me and Kaz actually played it. So I tried to play the first World Ends With You. Couldn't really get into it because of the gameplay for the original World Ends With You really works, like, in my opinion, it works best on DS. Like, that gameplay was made to work on DS, to be like a DS. To be a DS game. However, I did play the second one, Neo the World Ends With You. Yeah, I did play the Neo, I did play Neo the World Ends With You on stream like a few years ago, and that one was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that. Had a great time with that game. Them did. Now the only thing, as far as like me changing up the stream schedule, I kind of still want to do 4 streams a week, because at least for while I'm doing at least while I'm unemployed and am doing the Bloodborne Emergency Donathon, because this way I can still make progress in Bloodborne every week, while also... Yeah, this way I can still make progress in Bloodborne every week, while also playing through some of the other games I've been meaning to play. Forest. Jeez. I must be feeling more out of it than I thought. I just died 4 times to this one Snek man. Oh, and then just to let y'all know where we're at with the donation goals. So we're still only past the first 5. We've gotten the, which means there's gonna be a Pokemon Smash or Pass stream. There's gonna be a stream where I let y'all draw where I draw characters suggested by y'all. There's gonna be, I'm gonna play through God Hand for the first time. Y'all get to decide the 200th playthrough, and then I am gonna do the Capcom Fires Marathon from Hell. And we're currently working our way towards me playing The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the first time, which we're at $510 donated in total. So we're about $90 away from that. So it's a shame there's no real ranged growth option in Bloodborne. It does make sense why it's like you have to be. It does make sense why even the guns are like not that great ranged options, and you really have to focus on. And you really have to focus on melee. Second Respawn says, okay, gonna lurk and work on some D&D. Alright, Second Respawn, have fun. Have fun with the D... Hope the D&D camp goes well. So says, the guns are just parry tools. They're built for big damage. Then why are there so many? If they're just meant to parry, and they're not actually supposed to function as a gun, then why are there so many guns? Second Respawn, retort cannon. Oh, there's a cannon in this game? Okay, I was way too far away from that. I guess I gotta get better at landing that. Second Respawn, you don't have the cannon? No, I do not. As far as guns go, the only ones I've got right now on me are like the blunderbuss, the pistol, and the torch, which is not a gun, but the game classifies it as a gun. Which, you know, that probably goes to indicate how messed up things are at Yharnam, that they kind of consider torches guns. Now, there was something interesting I saw, like, at the start of this stream, like, my first time fighting against this guy. There was something I saw at the start of this fight, like, the first time I fought this guy. You actually can use, like, some weapon attacks, like the fully charged, like, Ludwig Holy Blade swing. Like, a fully charged Ludwig's Holy Blade, heavy attack will actually knock them out of the it'll knock these guys out of the animation where they try, like, where the snakes burst out of their head, and then you can actually, like, they have to restart it. So I was gonna try to use the Ludwig's Holy Blade to see if I could, like, use that to my advantage, like keep using a fully charged heavy attack to like reset the animation and then, like, kill them without them actually doing anything. But that didn't work. Predhead says over on YouTube, it's fun. Slim says, Ludwig's Greatsword was my main weapon throughout the game when I played, but it's just not your playstyle. No, I think it isn't. No. It is a cool-looking weapon, but... Brawl like to go fast. Brawl like to go fast. Right. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh no. Snorbs. Predhead over on YouTube says over on YouTube, by the way, you'll find the can in this area. Oh, okay. So if I search around, I might be able to find it. Slim says, haven't you learned between Dark Souls 1 that these are... And between Dark Souls 1 and this, that these are rather methodical games, not to be rushed or overly aggressive? No. Slim says, I see. I mean, I know the game's trying to tell me that. I know the game's trying to tell me that. I just don't want to listen. Slim says, well... Slim says, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Now to be clear, I am joking there. I am actually trying to play this game. I am actually trying to play these games well. But I just naturally gravitate like a slower. I just naturally gravitate towards a faster, more aggressive style. In like action games and in fighting games, I just naturally gravitate towards a faster, like more aggressive style. So it's just, it's difficult for me to unlearn that, because that's just how I play things. Hey Mars, fan, welcome. Oh wait, I can just stop right here. Oh dang it. I'm also, my playstyle, now, specifically in these games, in Dark Souls and this game, my playstyle is not just, like, overly aggressive, tries to be fast and overly aggressive. My playstyle in these Soulsborne games is also cheap as fuck, a cheapskate. I will continue to let that giant snore burn itself on this dead horse. As many times as it takes until I get past it. I'm hearing like a lot of snores around here. I feel like I should be worried. Okay, someone's definitely hearing. Oh. Yeah, welcome in, Marziska fan. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 3 of them? So I did the wrong move there, but it actually kind of saved my life. Yeah, I did the wrong move there, but it actually kind of saved my life because I backpedaled. Wait, can I lead him to the fire? No. He actually moves around. Mars Defense says, no need to justify yourself. I'm the Breath of the Wild player who always spends 3 minutes throwing bombs from a cliff at mobs instead of 30 seconds fighting them. Breath of the Wild is actually, it's another game that it tries to encourage the player to be really sneaky and like finds the cheapest, most petty methods to like beat your enemies. Although I definitely think its way of doing that with the weapon breaking system is doesn't work out the best. Honestly, with the new, I actually got an idea earlier today for something I would like to do in the future. And now this, like for most of my ideas for things to do in the future, this will have to be well, maybe I'll do this if I can ever get the chance. But considering that we got like a second Hyrule Warriors game set in the same timeline as Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I think I would kind of like to do a combined Hyrule Warriors Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom retrospective on just playing through all 5 of those games, like the first Hyrule Warriors game, and then like Breath of the Wild, then like the second Hyrule Warriors game, then Tears of the Kingdom, then the third Hyrule's Warrior game. And that's really because, in addition to like me wanting to play more Zeldas on the channel, especially me wanting to play more 3D Zeldas on the channel, there's now this weird like subsection of Zeldas. There's this weird sub-series of Zeldas that is like... Yeah, there's this weird sub-series of Zeldas that is like Hyrule Warrior. That's like two of the latest Zelda games, and also like 3 spin-off Dynasty Warriors games. And while like Hyrule Warriors, the first one, isn't included in that because it just like takes place in like a combined Zelda timeline thing, it is like the first Hyrule Warriors game that sold so well that Nintendo and Koei Tecmo were like, well, we gotta make more of these. Sleep says Age of Calamity is not canon, simply put. Well, no, but it is still considered like a Breath of the Wild spin-off, so I would include it. And it would feel really weird to include the first and the third Hyrule Warriors game, but not the second Hyrule Warriors game. Oh, hey, Scorcher, welcome in. Hey, Scorcher says, greetings, Hunter. We've made it to Snake Town. No, we haven't made it to Snake Town yet, but we have made it to Snorbrest. The Forest of Snake Orbs. Snorbrest. Marcus Confess says, when are we going to get Hyrule Warriors Empires? I really need some Molotovs to fight these guys. Oh. Fuck me then. I just went the exact worst place I could have gone. That was the worst direction I could have went to. Good on me, I guess. Oh. Sleep says, well, Brawl, you'll have to get Switch 2 before you can do this scheme. Yep. Now, that's gonna take some time. Uh-oh. Oh, speaking of which, for those watching, I did, like, re-update my throne, so you can... If you want to support the stream by gifting me stuff on Throne, you can do so. It's a very small list that's on there. It's really just... It's really a just... Here, I'll go ahead and post the link here. Yeah, it's a really small list. All that's on there is like a couple games I'd really like to play on the channel, and then like a Switch 2. Because at this point, until I get like a job that pays well, it's gonna be a long time. It's gonna be a long time before I can get a Switch 2, unless it's just someone donates to get it for me. And then also there's like a couple options on there to help me pay for bills, just because, you know, I'm really need to like still get money together to pay for bills. Donations to the throne will count towards this Donathon, but it's going to work a little differently. The way that it works is that donations to, like, basically donations toward the throne will count if, like, a gift is fully purchased. So what I mean by that is that if someone like puts a little bit of money towards a Switch 2, that won't count towards the Donathon just yet. But if like the Switch 2 is fully purchased, then all the money that was used to buy that will count towards the Donathon. Just because I have no idea if when, or like if it's one of the gifts on the throne that is like helping me pay for bills. If like a little money is put towards that, it won't count just yet. But if like a lot of if like the gift is fully purchased, then I'll add it to the throne. Then I'll count the amount of money spent towards it, or donated towards it, towards the Donothon. Just because it's a sort of similar situation to the Twitch donation, or to Twitch donations like sub bits and gift subs, where I really have, I have no idea how long it'll take for, I have no idea how long it'll take before I actually receive the money or the gift that is, like, purchased. Whereas with the Twitch donations, I'm willing to count that immediately just because, even if we don't, like, just because, if I could just, like, reach $50 donated through subs, bits, and gift subs in a month, that will, like, that will allow me to receive the money, like, halfway through next month. Barsfield Fence says, Snorbreast? We're going to slaughter Snorlaxes? That's just wrong. No, it's Snake Orb Forest. Snorbreast. I feel like this could definitely kill me. Yep, this will definitely kill me. That was a terrible idea. It was a horrible idea, and yet somehow it worked. I don't know how, but it did. Somehow. Could you just let me pass so I can grab that shiny thing? I guess not. Oh, okay. Well, I got one blood vial from that. So does this? Huh, that looks like that might be a... Yeah, okay, that looks like a boss arena, so I might actually be near the bosses. If only I could find, like, a shortcut to open up. Time for a strike and be struck. Oh, boy. Okay. That... Let me try going up here first. This might open up a shortcut I can take. Although I'll need to be careful. That's not a good noise. Hello. Okay, backing up now, backing up. Barsfield Fan says, so we're still at the relatively grounded part of the game, right? Oh. We've not encountered the cosmic monstrosities yet. We're still in, this is heavily reminding me of, like, Resident Evil 4, and not... We're still in, this game is heavily reminding me of Resident Evil 4, and not, this game is heavily reminding me of Lovecraft. Or alternatively, we're still in, this game is really reminding me of Brotherhood of the Wolves. Well, actually, no, that was the first area. So the first area of this game was, this game is really heavily reminding me of Brotherhood of Wolves. Then this area right here is, this game is reminding me a lot of Resident Evil 4. But we're not in the, this game is reminding me a lot of, like, Call of Cthulhu. Marcus confesses, I suddenly feel as though my question could not have been better timed. Dark Hunter B says, hi, do you have the online? I am in online mode, but I usually, like, say... because this is, like, my first playthrough, and this is, like, a Donathon, where I'm playing this with a limited number of lives, I'm trying to do this as much on my own as I can. Did I just take out that... Okay, did I just... I can't remember if I just take out a... Hold on. I can't remember if I just dropped down the lives counter or not. Because I was talking. Oh, we gotta find out. So yeah, for those just tuning in or haven't seen me do this before, what's going on is this is something I'm doing called the Bloodborne Emergency Donathon. I'm playing through Bloodborne with a limited number of lives. Okay, I did not remove the life yet, so I'm down to 355 lives left. Yeah, I'm playing through Bloodborne for the first time with a limited number of lives. And every dollar donated to the stream, either in like subs, bits, gift subs, or direct donations, will add more lives. And then also, all the money donated will count towards these different donation goals. So we've already passed the first 5, and we're working towards our 6th donation goal, which is me playing The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the first time. So, if you're able to, please consider donating, either through subs, bits, gift subs, or direct donations. The last of which, direct donations, is the most helpful, because I'll receive the money that you donate immediately, instead of having to wait like half a month. But if you're not able to donate, or don't feel like donating, that's fine. I completely understand. And thank you at least for watching the stream. Oh, hey, Pokemon Cube says Bloodborne Snek Friends Edition. You know, that's a good point. We've encountered... So the first area, Yarnum, was like hunters, and that hunters turning into werewolves. And we're now in this area, which is hunters turning into snacks. So I'm wondering what the next area is going to be. Like, what will the hunters be turning into there? I'm probably not going to like the answer to that question, am I? Sleep says Bloodborne 2, but it's only Snake Orb Forest Forever. Oh, you joke, Sleepless? I am sure that the FromSoft devs would love to make that. You jokingly tell them, hey, why don't you make Bloodborne 2 just the Snake Forest Forever? And they would go, yes, absolutely, we have all the concept work already done. Just 30 different giant snakes as bosses. And 30 different variations of giant snakes as bosses. And every time instead of all like the people chanting about how much they love blood, all the chanting will instead be about how much they hate snakes. They will make Indiana Jones if Indiana Jones played video games, they would make Indiana Jones' most hated game. Or most liked game, because he'd get to kill a lot of snakes. Pokemon Master says you would love the final area of the DLC of what the hunters are. I'm guessing it's going to be fish. Or fish. Whoa. So yeah, we're down to 355 lives. Remember that every single dollar donated will add more lives to this, so... Oh, no, you don't. Right, I need to avoid that. So I think I opened up a gate in the village there, like right before I died to the Sneckman. Let me try going to the village and seeing if I did really. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the village and see if, like, I did open up, like, a shortcut to the bosses. Pokemon Mouse Cube says it's a particular type of fish. Slip says Code Vein 2 is this week. I am both excited for that game. I'm excited for that game, although I won't get to play it for quite some time. Because, I mean, well, I need money, first of all. Which I don't have. And if I did have enough money to be buying video games, there's a couple of things that are higher up on my priority list. But eventually I'll try to get to it. It does. I mean, Code Vein 1 was a lot of fun. I remember it. I remember that being a lot of fun. So, and I did not expect like a Code Vein 2 to get announced. I did not expect a Code Vein 2 to ever get announced. Sleep says, I'm excited to see what all is new. It already looks more colorful, and the open world look in nature kind of tickles me. Wait, isn't Code Vein owned by Sega or Bandai Namco? Because if it's the latter, I wonder if Code Vein 2 could be their answer to like not being able to make. Well, no, they definitely could do some. They absolutely could do something with a Bloodborne 2 if they wanted to. They just choose not to for some reason. I hope they didn't notice that. Sleep says Bamco. Martinsco fan says, if I were making it, that's really funny that Bandai Namco, who is like the publisher, the people who publish the Soulsborne games, were like, we need to make our own Souls-like series. Martinsco fan says, if I were an Eldritch horror game, the first one would be relatively grounded, the second act would be slightly grounded and dark, and the third act would shift to neon anime colors for maximum sensory overstimulation. And has any other game done that? It sounds very like either Suda51 or SMT. I feel like there is probably some obscure Japanese RPG that's done that. That sounds like something very much like that sounds like something very much like what like something Shin Megami Tensei would do. Where like you start off like one of the Shin Megami Tenseis would do, where you start off in like normal normal urban environment, and then like it kind of shifts until eventually it's just really weird and hyper stylized. Pokemon Master says, I just realized, why do we not have a 40k Souls like? As a motto of the Imprint is, even in death I still serve. I actually mentioned that in one of the earlier streams, that a 40k Souls like could be really good. Yeah, I mentioned that in one of the earlier streams, one of the earlier Bloodborne Emergency Donothon streams, that I mentioned that in one of the earlier Bloodborne Emergency Donathon streams, that a 40k Souls like could be really cool. Pokemon Mask says Code Vein is done by the God Eater team who want to do their own Souls like. Sleep says the way Mars described it almost sounds like Tales of Arise. I kind of see what you mean by that. Don't know what that does, but okay. If anyone heard that, they're not going to be very happy. Okay. A couple more guys over there. Okay, let's go... I guess let me try to go around this hole. Uh-oh. Okay, so that did open that gate. So I can go through there now. Let me see if I can distract them, like, over here one at a time. I don't have any pebbles, though. Oh, I do have pebbles. Never mind. And we get them. get them. What? Are you kidding? What the heck? That was over half my health in a single shot. Okay, 354 lives. Pokemon Cube says this is still Forbidden Wood. Is this still Forbidden Woods, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're still in Snake Orb Forest or Snorbrist. Although I think I've found the boss arena. I think I found the boss arena because I found a shortcut that takes me like. I found a shortcut that'll let me skip like a good. Oh wait, this is the wrong way. I found a shortcut that let me skip a good portion of the area. Riders of Fan says, "Why aren't there more games where we could just let the zombie gardeners do their gardening? Why we could just let the zombie gardeners do their gardening?" There is a game that I was thinking of playing on stream like that. Actually, it's like both a. I have to remember the name, but I played the demo for it some time ago, and I was like, "This." I haven't. I'd have to like get. Yeah, I'd have to buy the full game. And I'm considering streaming it, and I forget the name right now. But it's like it's a game where it's one half like zombie action, like action RPG where you fight zombies, and then the other half is like farming sim. Like its name is like Dead Hand or something like that. Pokemon Cube says I'm doing Baldur's Gate 3 as a necromancer, so I get the dead to do all the work. I'm curious to see how you would build Baldur's Gate 3 to make your character a necromancer. I'm slowly like finally taking the time to fully play through Baldur's Gate 3 in my own spare time. Well, whenever I get the chance in my own spare time. And I'm building my character to like. So for those who don't know, one of the things I'm going to eventually do is like a special challenge run of Baldur's Gate 3 called Baldur's Gate 3, and. There's a event I'm slowly doing this because there's a lot of it like involves a lot of major playthroughs, but it's part of something I'm doing called D&D Delights, which is a whole bunch of like D&D games being played through. And one of the things I'm going to do is like a special playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 called Baldur's Gate 3, with a bunch of challenge runs in place. But before I can do the reason why y'all haven't seen me start that yet is because before I can do that, I need to fully play through Baldur's Gate 3 myself in my own spare time to see like what challenges will really work. And also to see like what mods would work best for a challenge run. Because some of the challenges I'm thinking of like y'all being able to like switch characters' classes or even switch characters out of the party. But in my own like personal Baldur's Gate 3 run that I'm doing right now, I've started the game like multiple times, and the current run I'm attempting to do is like a Magic Knight, a Magic Knight fighter or an Eldritch Knight fighter run. Sleep says gotta keep the staple though. That's another thing I'm trying to figure out how to make I'm trying to figure out how to make the oven mitts work, because oven mitts as a challenge. Wearing oven mitts to play a game isn't really that much of a challenge in like a turn-based RPG like Baldur's Gate 3, where I just select my actions, or slowly select my actions. Now, when we do the Capcom Fighters Marathon from Hell, oven mitts will definitely be a challenge in that, because my gosh, that's playing. Depending on what challenges I do. Depending on what challenges I do, there's a chance I might have to play Marvel vs. Capcom. I want you to imagine playing Marvel vs. Capcom, the speed of that game, in online matches with oven mitts. That could be one of the things that happens for the Capcom Fighters Marathon from Hell. That's the level of difficulty I'm talking about for some of the challenges. Yeah, that's the level of difficulty I'm looking at for some of the challenges for that that special stream, which I am also taking some time to prepare for. I am also taking time to figure out what challenges will work for that. So I'm working on that. As we speak. The other two playthroughs for the D&D lights that I still need to do, I still need to play Dragon Age Origins for the first time. Which, as soon as I can get the chance, I'm definitely going to do that. That's one of the games that's on my That's one of the playthroughs that's on my short list to do as soon as possible. The other one is that special hell run of Darkest Dungeon called Darker Than Darkest Dungeon, which that will happen at some point, but I have to wait until after I get a job to do that, because that's going to be like a charity event, and I can't really do any charity events right now until I have enough money to I can't really do any charity events. I can't do any charity events until I have enough money to support a charity event. Which means I have to have a job. Oh. Okay, but if I've opened this now... Wait. Is this the path? No, this isn't the path I opened. Okay, this is a different... Yeah, this is a different gate. Where does this go? I thought that maybe might be the gate that leads to the shortcut I opened up. But if that's not the case, where could it be? Oh, this goes over here. Okay. Matters of Defense says, shouldn't you work your way up first? Like, start with Project Justice with Oven Mitts or Mega Man Power Fighters blindfolded? Well, we shall see. One of the things is that one of the things about the the fighting game marathons from hell that I do sometimes, like I did this previously with the SNK Fighters Marathon from Hell, is that I need to find a way to make it one of the most challenging things I can do, will also make it something I feasibly could do, I feasibly could complete it. Pokemon QC, you want some guidance for the shortcut? Sure. Because well, the more I run around here, the more I'm going to be finding... The more I run around here, the more, enemies I could run into. Like those. Go back to the lift to start, okay? But stay at the bottom of it. Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? Let me just use the Bolt Hunter's Mark, too. Oh, does the shortcut take me to, do I have to go back to that, that one tower where I first found the snakehead, the snakeman? Or snakeman? And I guess I'll go ahead and use, I guess I'll go ahead and take some time to level up. Should probably go and use my blood before I lose it. And then, yeah, just a little reminder, whilst I'm leveling up here, just a little reminder about this week's streams, because this week's streams are going to be a little different. This is the last day of my 20s, so I'm going to be celebrating my 30th birthday tomorrow, and it's going to be a little bit of a longer stream. It's going to start at 2 p.m. instead of 4 p.m. And I'm really just going to be spending it playing games I really like, that I've been meaning to play on the channel more, so it's going to start with, a couple hours of Marvel Rivals, And then I'm gonna like the second half of it will be a couple hours of Street Fighter 6. Then I'll be back on Thursday with the usual Bloodborne Emergency Donathon stream. And then Friday I'll actually do an extra stream on that day to play some Final Fantasy 2 so I can make some progress with Final Fantasy 2. And then Saturday will be more RoboCop Rogue City.
Welcome. What is it you... Very well, let me...
Actually, hold on, let me see if I can... Sorry. Okay, let me use these cold bloods. See if I can level up a little bit more. How much is it to level up twice?
What is it? Very well, let me...
Okay, so I need, like, a lot more blood echoes to level up.
Farewell, good hunter.
In that case, let me see if I can maybe upgrade some weapons first. Nope. I can upgrade these. Well, I can either level up once, or let me see if there's any more clothes or weapons I'd like to buy. I've got, okay, Kirk Hammer, the Spear, Locust Blade, Mercy. I think I've got the Rifle Spear already. I don't have the Stake Driver. But Stake Driver, I don't have enough strength to use it. Could get the Repeating Pistol or Ludwig's Rifle, but I'm not sure how useful they'd be. It said this rifle was employed by Ludwig, the first hunter of the church. Its long, heavy barrel makes up in range for what it lacks in reload speed. Ludwig's rifle exhibits several departures from the Ant Workshop design, suggesting the church anticipated much larger inhuman beasts. Crafted with mostly metal parts and exhibiting a complex design, the repeating pistol fires 2 shots at once, making a ravenous consumer of Quicksilver bullets. Tomb Protector Hood, Tomb Protector Guard. I think I've already got these. Wait, do I have these? Let me see if I have these. Nope. Well, the clothing really doesn't add much, but let's see if it actually... Well, can't see if I can actually... Yeah, I can't really compare it to... Can't really... It doesn't seem like I can compare it to, like, what I have now. Okay, I think maybe... Okay, different plan. I'm gonna buy as many blood vials as I can. Yeah, I'm gonna buy as many blood vials as I can. That way I'm fully stocked up, and then I'll just go right back into the Snek Forest. The Snorbrist. So go back to the lift, but stay at the bottom of it. I'm guessing that means the lift that I found. I'm guessing that means the
Away!
Oh, maybe let me try this. Yeah, let me try this lift. Maybe what I need to do is, like, go to this lift. And then instead of going that way, down to Snorbrist. Go back up this way. Although that looks... Okay, well, not that down there. Definitely not down there. Okay, let me... I guess let me look around. That gate might be somewhere? You want the path that goes left below you with the snacks, sadly. Oh, okay. So I have this path. Surprise! Ow. Okay. No. Okay, the surprise was me. The surprise one was me. Yay! Oh, okay, so I have to go this way. Oh, great. Go straight through the next room. Okay. Oh, okay. Now go... Yeah, I'm guessing go down here. Follow the path till you go left. Till you can go left. Okay. I completely missed that. Oh, dang it. How'd I miss that? I got them with the parry right as they were about to grab me, but I somehow, like, missed the physical attack. Alright. So I'm guessing... Not here, but I'm guessing go here. Oh. Well, maybe? Do I want to go down there, or do I... Let me explore around here a little bit, because I don't really think I've explored around here. Okay, there's something up there. Yeah, I don't think I've actually explored around here a little at all. What the heck? The heck is that? Oh, okay. Redhead says over YouTube, Blue Man Group. I remember them being not as aggressive. Oh, shoot. Marsifest says, are we suddenly lost in space? No, I hope not. Because space is a lot less impressive than I would think. Because if so, space is a lot less impressive than I would think. Jeez, that's powerful. It really does sound like 50s alien movie noises. Yeah, it really does sound like noises you'd see in like a classic like sci-fi movie. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. Okay. And they do literally look like aliens, but like very eldritch in nature, which is kind of an interesting way to design them. Ah, that's another one. Okay, I'm getting bloodstones from them. Fear blobby thing. Is that? Well, I'm finding a lot of Madman's knowledge right here, but that's really it. Oh, here, let me guess. I guess let me use these. Go ahead and use these. As much as I will heckle the Soulsborne games, one thing as much as I will heckle FromSoft, one thing they have always understood and done incredibly well is sound design. They know how to make the sound and music of their games really eerie, even for like the most simple of enemies. Okay, so I guess that was just like aliens there. So. I guess I didn't have to go there. Well, that was the path I took to get. Yeah, this is the path I took to go down here. Time for hidden path. Yeah, this is the path I took to get down here, but... Yeah, because that's the lift. Okay. Slip says, for the record, there's a secret passage in the area back to the clinic if you woke up at the beginning of the game, where you'll be able to encounter something a little strange. Interesting. Well, I guess I'd have to find the... Well, I'd have to find that hidden passageway. Unless I just, like, walked right past it. This is where those, like, alien enemies are. Yeah, this is where those alien enemies were. So that hidden passageway is a pain in the ass to take back there, though. Poison, swamp, leeches, and giants. No, thank you. Pokemon Rescue says keep going through the alien area. Okay, so I need to go through the alien area. Okay, so yeah, through here. And then is there like an alternate pathway through here? Or let me take out my torch. Marsu says, I feel as though after all the werewolves, undead, and snake things, we finally lost all sanity and are just slaughtering interstellar tourists. Well, no, because it's actually like a natural... In some ways, it's kind of a natural, like, progression of things. Where, like, we saw people as enemies, like, people going crazy and, like, slightly beastie. Then we saw, like, the people who were clearly turning into werewolves, or they were, like, they still had, like, their clothes, but they were very hairy, and they were, like, screaming at me. And then we just saw full-on werewolves. And then, like, at the start of this area, we saw like, more, angry people. And then we saw, like, the people who were kind of, like, had the same weapons as the angry people. but then like their heads were turning into snakes, and then we saw the Snorbs and giant Snorbs. So there is a little bit of a progression here in a different way, because back in like Central Yharnam, there was like that one enemy with like the tentacles on its face that would try to grab you, which looked kind of like a person, and now we're seeing these things. I admit I have gotten a little turned around from the wondering bit, plus I forgot the aliens were part of the map, but I do have the map of them. Oh, good, good. So, Slaves is the Mind Flayer, yep. Okay, so this is where this area ends up. Can I... Nope, can't go up there. That looks like it might lead somewhere, but I have to get up there. And despite all her skill, Shirley Brewing is not good at jumping. Or just reaching up. So, just want to take this moment to say, if you're enjoying the stream, please consider donating. The whole reason I'm doing this is to kind of raise funds so I can pay the bills I still have to whilst I'm unemployed. So, this is something I'm doing called the Bloodborne Emergency Donathon. And the way it works is I'm playing through Bloodborne for the first time, and every single dollar donated will add more lives to the playthrough. So, $1 will add 1 life, $2 will add 2 lives, and so on and so forth. Subs, bits, and gift subs do count towards this donathon, and will add lives. But however, direct donations help me out a lot more. Direct donations to my PayPal through the link I just posted in the Twitch chat will help me out a lot more. Or excuse me, will help me out a lot more. Marzika fan says, so we naturally progress from clusters of snakes to mouth exploding snake heads to bipedal jellyfish? Evolution is weird, man. Well, there's a good lesson here. If you don't... Well, there's a good lesson in this game, which is, only a licensed professional who knows what they're doing should like participate in blood transfers. Or like should oversee blood transfers. So if you donate blood, make sure that it is overseen by seen by someone who knows what they're doing, and not some incredibly strange, and not like some cultists who keep chanting about how the blood will save us all. That's because clearly doesn't work out. My excuse is just to get bearings. Okay, well I'm back at the lift. Go back to the lift, about the second lift. Okay, so go down to the start of the lake. All right. Okay, so down here. Go down to this lake with those fireflies, who I'm sure are also probably some sort of evil that would kill me, if given the chance. There will be a path to the left of the lake. Okay, there's a path that goes up and a path that goes down. Currently, I'm on the path that goes up. Lower path. Okay, back to the lower path. I hope this isn't poisonous. Uh-oh. Fucking Master Q says, okay, so pig isn't dead, but that is the right way. Okay. Okay, so this way. And this will take me back past here. And yeah, there's gonna be another pig who's gonna see me soon. Yep. Fuck it, let's run. I don't know if that was far enough. Okay, so let me go back to this path that goes up here and see where this goes. Because I thought this gate here was a shortcut, but it might not be. But regardless, thank you, Pokemon Cube. Now I know what now I know a shortcut I can take to get down there. Darn. I was hoping they would get... Yeah, okay, that got him. I was hoping that they would actually get stuck on the, I was hoping they would get stuck. On the gate. But, nope. Something... Okay. Definitely feels like something's here. Wait. Are those Snorbs? Or, okay, is that person dead, or are they just, like, hanging out here? Pokemon Q says, the end of that long path left towards back to the boss, right loops back into the main part of the Snack Forest. Okay, thank you. So yeah, this is... So this does, like, this is a path I can take to get back into the Snorbreast. Yep, them some snacks. Them some snacks, alright. Oh, big ones. Okay, so yeah, this is not a shortcut. This is not a shortcut at all. But when I die, I will know which path to take. So... let's see what horrible boss I must contend with now. Well, it does look like this is like... That does look like maybe an NPC I can interact with. Because I'm passing right through their body. Unless they're dead. Okay, Master User, there was a treasure at the top originally, so TG was something sort of... So TG was something sort of thing to find later. Ah, gotcha. I've been seeing these giant, like, stone things around, and they seem very important. But... I guess maybe that's something for later. Anyway. Alright, let's see who I'm fighting for the boss. So, as usual, when I fight the boss, I'm going to try to, like, lock in and focus on fighting them, so I might not be answering the chat as much, but once I win or die, most likely die, I'll make sure to read all the chat messages I miss. If I can ask you, I've been waiting for you to meet this boss since the start. I'm gonna be disappointed if it's not a giant snake. I know how much I know they've, like, this whole forest has been filled with giant snakes, but... Come on, the biggest snack has got to be waiting here at the bottom of Big Snack Forest. That's a pretty cool arena. It actually kind of looks like we're almost in a cave. Even though we're not. We're out in the open forest, but yeah. Like, this place has been filled. It has been very snaky. Very snacky. But there has been a disturbing lack of snack statues. Slim says, if this is the one I think it was, I remember hating it. Marziska fan says, I'll be disappointed if it's not a UFO. Okay, see, we were talking about, like, different kind of Souls-likes we would like, Souls-likes or Soulsborns we would like. I would like that. As in, I would like something like what Marzesco fan just said. But as in, I would love if like FromSoft announced like, hey, here's our new Soulsborne game, and it's like it's another high fantasy game, and then you go through it as a high fantasy game, and then at some point it just takes a hard shift into sci-fi. Like, you got freaking mechs showing up. You got laser beams showing up. I've heard that Elden Ring actually does something similar, whereas it turns out like some of the secret reveals in that game kind of make the game actually seem like a high fantasy cosmic horror game, but I haven't played it, so I can't be sure. So I don't know. And I haven't played it, and I haven't watched like a 3-hour lore video telling me what the story for that game is. So okay, I've been stalling long enough. Let's see who I'm fighting. And yeah, oh. Hello. The ring wraiths? Oh! Okay, these are definitely the ring wraiths. The music makes me feel like it, though. Dang it, I was hoping that one only had... Okay, I'm gonna be quiet for right now. I'll read all the chat messages after now. I'll read all the chat messages after I'm done. After I die. Dang it. Predhead over on YouTube says, basically, yes. Ah, so they are the ring wraiths. I'm guessing to be saying they're the ring wraiths. Buckarasky says, only 3 hours for Elden Ring lore? Please, these are 7 hours minimum. They're 7 hours minimum. Oh, I'm sure. So it is this one. Yuck these cheek houses and their 1v3 antics. Parker Maskins, this is what I've been hoping for when previously asking if you'd reach a particular forest. Parker Maskins says, yeah, just redid the Godskin duo in Elden Ring. I forgot they can resurrect each other. I don't know who those are, but if I ever play Elden Ring, I'm sure that I'll hate them. Rising Fan says, I can think of a Souls like that could have had the sudden shift into sci-fi work, but it was already with so many anachronisms that didn't really come as a shock to all. So the funny thing is, and I've mentioned this game on stream before, there is a FromSoft game that kind of does what I'm talking about. But it's not a Soulsborne game, and it's actually like, instead of like doing like a shift from like fantasy into sci-fi, it's more so like is like a hard crash into like sci-fi right at the very beginning, and that's Shadow Tower Abyss. That is on the short list of games that's on my list of games that I feel that I want to play on the channel to give some attention to. Because even in regards to other FromSoft games, it is such a weirdly unique game. So like, for those, I've mentioned this game on stream before, but for those who haven't heard me talk about it, the best way I can sum up Shadow Tower Abyss is like the first weapon you get. In most Soulsborne games or FromSoft games, the first weapon you get when your character wakes up is like a dagger or a broken sword or like a cleaver with shark teeth on it, in this game's case. In Shadow Tower Abyss, a game where you explore a shadow tower that leads into an abyss, your first weapon is an M1911A1 military U.S. Army pistol. It is It is a first-person dungeon crawler game that also has semi-automatic modern firearms, in addition to fantasy weapons. And because it's a FromSoft, because like the Kingsfield and Shadow Tower games were like predecessors to like the Soulsborne games, it's like you still fight like fantasy monsters, but you have like your equipment, your potential equipment is like a hodgepodge of just like weapons from different cultures, and it is actually explained in lore why that's like that. So you could end up fighting demons. Well, and also it's like multiple pieces of armor, like your helmet, chest piece, gloves, and boots are all different pieces of armor. So in that game, you could end up fighting like demons with like a samurai helmet, a life vest, oven mitts, like night boots, and then in one hand you're carrying the holy sword of the wind, and the other you're carrying an M19, and the other you're carrying an AK-47. Sleep says, "Man, there's rumors of a Nintendo Direct next week, and I'm hoping for a new Etrian Odyssey game more than anything else right now. Considering the situation I'm in, I'm expecting that if we do get a new Nintendo Direct next week, it'll announce a bunch of games that I won't be able to buy. Or it'll announce a bunch of games that I want to buy, but won't be able to. Because such is the way of things." Redhead says a good first attempt. Thank you. So, back to the the ring race. I'm gonna assume they have snake heads. Parking Massachusetts says they announced their direct upcoming, but it's only for Tamagotchi Life. Oh, never mind. I'm safe then. Oh, right. I did lose a life. I need to drop my life counter, because I'm at 353 now, so... I have lost a total of 205 lives during this playthrough so far. Aha! Okay, now that I've